everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in to So This Is the Thing podcast with your girl Chaz. I'm always excited to be here yet again. I have a special guest, and it makes it easy for me this time because this is family. So I'm very excited to introduce my family. This mic gonna get on my nerves real quick. Let me scoot it up a little bit, y'all. Get comfortable. Excuse me. But I do have my family here today, and I want to introduce my cousin, Money Marr, a.k.a. Marisha. Marisha, what's going on with you?
What's up, people?
Come on up to a mic a little bit.
Okay.
Yes, I am so excited to introduce her because she's new to the city. We both come from the same city, and we talk a lot, outside of all of this, so it's great. We always discussed about coming on here, so finally I got you on here.
Finally.
What I thought about the other day was how unique your name is too. What you think inspired your mama to come up with that name? That's a dope name, Marisha. I like that.
I don't think my mom came. I think it was my dad.
Really?
Yeah, I think my dad, he wanted it to be like, well, actually, yeah, because he wanted it to be Marissa. But then my mama said, let's do Marisha, So
That's sexy as hell.
I don't
Marisha.
like my name, but
You don't?
it fits me at this point.
I think that shit is sexy, Marisha. Yeah, dope. So what came up with Money Marr? I mean, how you get that concept?
Man, Money Marr came just with me always, like, since a youngin'. When I got my first job on into, being in the streets. You got to keep it real. So it's just like, I was a hustler.
Damn.
I was a hustler, and I was always motivated to get money. At a young age, that was the mindset of it.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's how I got the name. And then out of nowhere one day, my friends just told me, like, man, have a party. I'm like, have a party? They're like, yeah, have a party. It was like, man, I don't know. They're like, have a party. So I'm like, okay, whatever.
Hey, we come from Decatur. You know damn well we like to party.
Oh, yeah.
If we don't do nothing else, listen, we party scene. So jumping into that party scene, how was that? I mean, because the town is small. So it ain't like it's a million people, but did you pack house? I mean, what?
My first party, I packed house.
What?
I packed house. It was like,
yeah, right.
Lindsey Brown. She helped me. She was
Shout
like,
out
man,
to Lindsey.
Shout out, yeah, for sure. So my first party, she was like, man, listen, we gonna do this, blah, blah, blah. And I had the party, promoted it for 2 days before it happened. It was over 400 people in there.
What?
And at the time, parties is like $5. So we was charging $5
Oh,
to get in.
man, y'all got back.
Oh, man, it was jam-packed.
Y'all got back.
Yeah.
Definitely got back on that.
So from there, it just felt good. It was like, man, this many people supporting me. This is crazy. And
The
I
money,
just started-
too. Don't get it twisted.
Listen, I'm like, I gotta keep doing it. This might be my lane. So that's how I started
Really?
doing parties.
Okay.
A lot. It's been 7.5 years. I had done doing
yeah.
parties for 7 years. So.
Oh, yeah, that's a
But
lot.
I've had. I think the most party I felt was like super, like genuine and dope.
Yeah.
Was my 80s and 90s party bash.
80s and 90s part. That
Yeah.
sound like that was some dope shit.
Oh man, I seen so many people get dressed. That in my lingerie party.
I did see like people like doing 2000s parties, 80s, 90s. I even saw some people doing some old grandma type shit.
Yeah.
And I thought that shit was dope. Celebrating life period is dope.
Definitely
You know what I'm
dope.
saying?
And to me, with parties, how I always thought about it was giving people a good time, keeping something for everybody to do, and like switching it up instead of just always having regular parties. Always was thinking different. Let's do something different.
Okay.
Let's do something different. 80s,
Yeah,
90s, silent.
that is
headphone,
different.
Like
Silent.
Yeah,
That
I
is
just always
different.
wanted to do something different, like put some spice in the lingerie, pajamas.
I agree. That's definitely was dope. That was putting the city on the map. So, I mean, out of all those parties and things like that, I mean, I know the money was there and all that, but did it fulfill?
Yeah, for me, yeah, parties for a while it did. It fulfilled me. At least that's what I thought.
Okay.
It was always a good feeling. It was a lot of tough times too though. Having parties, doing shows is not the easiest thing to do, and it's like it's a big responsibility.
Yeah,
You're
betting your
investing-
money on
You're
shit.
investing your money. You're responsible
Yeah.
for people's lives while they're in your hands. So it just was like, but
Yeah.
you can have a lot of fun and make a lot of money, reach and touch a lot of great people. And I brought many different celebrities and
Yeah, I saw
models
that.
and stuff like that. So you network, you meet a lot of great people. Like you building a brand or something that helps.
But you brought up something that is very important. Responsibility.
Oh yeah.
Being a liability for a motherfucker. I mean, that's tough. Having to be responsible for all those people, and you know damn well ain't nobody gonna know how to act. So I mean, how did you deal with that? And if you even dealt with it, I mean, have you ever encountered a situation like that? I mean,
Well, see, in the whole 7.5 years, no fights, nothing like that ever. Somebody may have words, but everybody kind of pretty much had respect, like respect and love for me. So I never really had to worry about that. And on top of that, like the most important thing you want to do is like stay on top of your security, right? So you want to like pay top dollar for security if you have to. But you just kind of want to make sure, because at the end of the day, not only are you there, but you bring your family member. Everybody's life is in your, and then you got all these people that you can't keep an eye on. You know what I'm saying? So I've had one encounter.
Okay.
And that encounter was literally like the nail for me. Like I was like, I'm done.
It was that bad?
I mean, it was that bad.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, and at the end of the day, you definitely don't want nobody to lose their children, things like that, be pointing the fingers, the blame. I mean, we all dealt with situations with grief and things like that, losing people. And I wanted to jump right into it. I know you did lose your brother. I mean, me being part of the family, I was devastated about it. So I can just imagine, how you felt. Walk me through. I mean, just walk me through a little bit of how that situation came about.
He was just, like any other young boy. You get caught up in his life and seeing people and do different things above them that got money and everything, girls, and to me, he was like, he wanted to have fun, he wanted to get fly, but he was also like a provider. He took care of his kids and things like that. He got caught up in that life. He wanted to keep the flow going. Like he got
as
shot.
Most do. As most.
He had got shot a few months before that in the summertime, and he could have lost his life then, but he survived from one bullet.
I forgot all about that shit.
Yeah, so it was like right after Pooter got murdered. So
okay.
When it happened, I was at work. So when I got the call the first time he got shot, I was at work. So instantly I got bad anxiety. So when I get the call, I instantly panic. But I go to the hospital. On my way to the hospital, I had an anxiety attack. So they had to come get me. Because
have you always? I mean, or is this something like
post-traumatic
post-traumatic
my anxiety came
stress?
From just constantly dealing with and like
that's
people dying around you.
You're not like even that old though for you to have anxiety. And I mean, you saying that it's something that you just noticed prior to? Was it prior to the deaths, or
the only thing that triggered my anxiety before then was like car wrecks.
Yeah, that'll do it. So that'll definitely do it.
I definitely think my anxiety got worse with just like Callie died. It was just like from Laura to just people that we was around. So when I got old enough to realize stuff like with Callie's situation, that was like my first time I felt it. But like then my friend Cecily died, and then Adrian, when he got shot the first time, like I said, on my way to the hospital, they had to come get me because my whole body went into shock, so I couldn't even drive.
Damn.
Yeah. So, but I went in the hospital, and I talked to him once he woke up, and I'm just like, man, bro, I'm crying real tears to him, like, bro, you're gonna have to change your life, bro, like.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because, like, to me, I feel like he had one foot in, one foot out. He was looking for jobs. But it was so slow. It was slow. Stuff like that take time. He was going to get his GED, stuff like that. So it's just like, like, man, I got to do what I got to do. And I'm like, man, bro, how much money do you have in your pocket right now? You talking about?
Right.
You ain't got no money right now. You doing this for no reason. You have kids and a family to live for, because if something happened to you that we can't turn back from, you're not going to be the one hurting. It's going to be us.
Right. So y'all did have the talk.
Yeah, and it's crazy because I beat myself up for the longest after he died, because after that, like after I had that talk with him, he was still talking crazy. I just left the hospital. Like I was crying, I just left it.
Yeah.
And like we
you can't do that though. You can't beat yourself up about it. I cuss his ass out all day, every day. Do you hear me? At the same time of me crying, I'm still just so furious and so mad. And so, but he knows that we all truly, genuinely loved him. He was definitely loved. He loved kids. That's the great thing about it. But I say that when I said I cuss them out all the time because they don't understand the dynamics of what they do to us that they leave. They leave the pain, the all of the heartache, everything that we encounter, we got to deal with looking at their children. Y'all don't, I'm going to look in the camera. Y'all are affecting us because the things that you do out on the street, that's going to come and reflect right back to us. As parents, as mothers, sisters, cousins, nieces, aunts, uncles, all of that. I mean, you going to end up hurting us. If something happened to you, we hurt, and I don't think that they understand the hurt and the dynamics and what they do to their family while they out robbing, while they out shooting people in the heads and shooting people, it's terrible. You know what I'm saying? And in our hometown, I just feel like if we not a solution, we a problem. Something you can do. Anybody watch the Bel Air, Fresh Prince of Bel Air? Oh, yeah. She flew him out of the state. So there's something you can do. I don't want to hear that you can't get a hold of your child. There's something you can do.
But see, to me, it's also like a parent can only do so much. Look,
something
like
you can do.
If you're not,
I agree on doing so much.
Yeah,
but you don't give up. No parent wants to give up.
No, don't give up.
You don't give. That's the problem. That's the problem is that they give up. See, when I was young and I had 13 runaways. Do you hear what I'm saying? I had 13 runaways. And every time they took me to their doorstep, I had to go back in. So she couldn't give up. These parents now, the police probably ain't even taking you to the doorsteps anymore. But my thing is, you cannot give up on your child. Keep praying, even if it just takes the praying, the counseling, the going, the taking them, flying them out, getting them, doing other things.
I can honestly say for Adrian, though, Mammy tried. Like
she tried.
That was
shout out to Mammy, goddammit. It's her birthday today.
Look, man,
happy birthday, Mama.
That was her baby.
Fly by nights. Come on, let's shout out to Mama.
Adrian was the baby. So anything that she was against it. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't. She didn't.
She didn't play about her kids. Listen, let me give you a background because I do want to say this too. Because a lot of parents do get a lot of slack, and they really do be great parents. My cousin was, and she is still a great, wonderful household parent. Like you said, she tried.
Yeah, just I feel like if anything, us as big sisters, I could have did better. You know what I mean? Because when you try to tell your younger people something, especially if you already done been through it or seen it, they don't want to listen. So they're like, man, I ain't. But it's like, okay, bro, whatever. That's how it be. But it's like, it's not that you really mean it. It's just like, man, you tired. Yeah. Like, you're not going to listen. You're going to wait until it's too late or something.
I agree.
And to me, I feel like that's what it is. But honestly, like with Adrian's situation, he was like the backbone of deaths for me to like get a hold of myself and understand life a little better, because...
Well, you say that, though, but you still had parties and shit. How could you even how did you... Tell me this. How could you even give to a city that took from you? That's my intake on it. Because you take my brother, my mama, my sister, cousin, somebody from me, I'm done with you. Yeah, the whole city. How did you do that?
You got to look at things for what it is. If you really...
You were still giving back.
Yeah, you got to get... Because for one, you stay blessed by being a blessing. You know what I mean? And to me, it was like I used it as motivation. Because my brother wasn't perfect. We can't sit and... One thing about life is we just hound on like, dang, they was such a good person. But it's like the honesty is like people do stuff. and people put themselves in situations and that has consequences. And I believe in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, to this day, I gained peace from my brother's death because I know that he wasn't innocent in the situation either. Did he deserve his life took? Nah, we can say that all day. He didn't. But you reap what you sow. I don't care who you are. I mean, whether it's today, tomorrow, next year, you reap what you sow.
That's some advice for your ass. Man, listen, if y'all can hear the advice that she just gave.
And that's why, to me, it's like, try to be good as a person as you can be. You ain't going to be perfect ever, but just try to stay as good as a person that you can be, even when I done been in a lot of fucked up situations.
Yeah.
So it's like, try to stay as good as a person as you can be so that life can treat you when you need it. Because
I like that.
Just because you going on in life, when you do a lot of crazy and messed up stuff, it's life be handed to you. But going through stuff, everybody gonna go through stuff. But when you in that time of need, God gonna have your back. When you don't know who to turn to, who to depend on, who to feel, who to talk to, God gonna have your back. And it's gonna be like, man, when you was asking, you know, well, man, it was these reasons. Why stuff keep happening to me? Then you get in them situations where you need God, and it's like, man, listen, this is what I held you up for.
So Boss Clothing, you started that in Decatur. After the death of your passing, this is an entrepreneurship day for So This Is the Thing podcast. I'm about to start repping entrepreneurships. Anybody that want to come on that does any business, anything that you do that you feel you want to go up the ladder on. So I'm excited to know that you started your clothing line, Boss Clothing. What made you go to that as far as jumping that off?
Boss Clothing came from me literally because, like, even though I did parties, people probably just take it like, it's just parties. But to me, it was like a career base.
Yeah.
It was a career base. Like, yeah, I railroad conducted and drove trains, but it was like doing parties was a career base.
Yeah.
Like, the more I was able to see how big I can go, okay, Pleasure P, okay, Tink, okay.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, keep going up the ladder.
Right.
I'm going to Champaign. I'm going to Bloomington. I'm going to Springfield. Let's go to St. Louis. Let's do this. Let's go to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Like, that, my goal was just to keep going. You know what I'm saying? So, to me, Boss Clothing was just like, at the end of the day, I don't want to work forever for nobody else. If I'm going to work, I want to be a boss. And I never had, you know how, you know, like you, nurse, I never had dreams of being any of that. Nothing. None of that.
Really? No, but you did ball. You did play ball.
Yeah, but what I'm getting to is, you know, because ball can get you far, but you got to take so many steps for that. And I could have went to college too, but we'll get on that.
Yeah,
so it's like the fact that I didn't go to school, but I knew that I was a hustler.
Yeah.
And I knew that I had something in me. I just didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
I just felt like that being built on self-success, that self-success is what you do.
Come on,
your motivation, your drive, how hard you hustle. That was like it for me. So I'm like, man, let me make this. And shout out to Marr Dawson. He helped me put that together. So it was like, man, let me put this on T-shirts and see how it go.
Yeah.
I put it on T-shirts first, and in 2 days I was sold out.
Damn.
Like,
they was supporting you, huh?
Yeah, that's my
Come on, shout out to the city.
Yeah, I'm like, Ephraim did.
I got a couple things.
Interview, and he also did me a photo shoot.
Shout out to Ethel, rest in heaven.
Ephraim, rest in peace. Yeah, so that's how we got Boss Clothing on the line, and I just kept. But you don't know what's crazy about Boss Clothing. I gotta keep it real. Like, as much as I love styling and getting dressed, I could not find my root to it.
Huh? Let me tell you,
because she plain Jane for me.
Because this is something new for her as far as this femme, but she's a girl femme, right? Is that what you call it? It's
I'm just me.
Okay, you just you, but they usually do like the girl. They call it girlfriend because you dress girly, and then sometimes you'll femme, right? Or you'll dress down, tomboy. So how is that? Because you're a phenomenal dresser. How do you come up with your ideas?
Fashion blog.
Well, actually, let's do me first.
Yeah. I love
Stop
clothes.
me, please.
I love clothes, but just when I get up, I actually go from shoes on up.
Really?
Yeah. So it's like I find the shoe. My main thing is the shoe because it's the base color.
Hairstyle. It's hairstyle for me.
Hairstyle is the last one. For me, it's the last one because it's like, and you know how us as girls is. Them wigs, you gonna have them in the closet. So it's like I get dressed from my shoes up. So if I can pick a shoe, then I can pick an outfit based off my shoes, and then my hair is gonna go based off how the outfit looks on me.
Damn, that's dope. I go by hair. What the fuck made you come to Dallas, man?
Man, listen, I gotta keep it all the way real. So, I have been saving up.
And I thought you weren't coming.
You been saving up. I just wanted to save for an entire year.
Okay.
And then I was gonna move from Decatur to St. Louis, then to Dallas. But it didn't go that way. So we gotta be honest. So my last party when they got the shooting and we all was in there or whatever.
Yeah, somebody died. Don't get to shoot. Somebody died.
And thank God that majority of us made it out safe. So
that was terrible.
That is the reason why I couldn't catch a hold. So I stayed here in town. I stayed in Decatur for maybe like another 4 to 5 months. But I could not catch hold of myself because, for one, I couldn't believe that it happened to me. I think I got too comfortable. Like, I couldn't believe that it happened to me. And then it was just like actually reliving, like I'm actually seeing somebody lose their life.
Oh, you was right there.
I was there. It was my party. I was there.
Because you didn't leave
the
whole time.
Everybody was fighting for their life at that time. Like, you couldn't just.
It was multiple people shot? I thought it was just one person.
And the thing about the whole situation, my idea of how I was able to keep the little bit of peace that I didn't want to know what happened. I just wanted to make sure that everybody was safe besides the one person. Okay. Because there wasn't nothing I could do about that, and that it was just I don't want to hear the story. Still to this day, like if anybody could tell you, I always said I don't want to know the stories. I don't want to know what happened. I don't want to know who was involved. Like, I'm cool on that. Yeah. Because it just put more and more heat to the situation, and I'm not in the streets, so I don't.
You don't live your life like that.
Yeah, so I stayed in town.
Did you get blamed, though?
Oh, man, you want to talk about blame. This is what I'm getting to. So I stayed in town for probably 4 or 5 more months, and I just went to work and back to the house. And I was staying at my friend's house. Remind you, these 2 friends that I had just met. You know what I'm saying? So I had stayed at my friend's house, and we stayed together for months.
Were you running?
No, I wasn't running. It's just I'm tied in with God. And he gonna tell me when something ain't right. I just felt like something wasn't clicking, something wasn't clenching, something wasn't right. You know what I mean? And that's the way the city was blaming me, and they weren't even necessarily just blaming me. It just was like you know how people ain't never really had nothing bad to say about me besides the fact of with women, and I don't care. I always let people tell their side of the story. Yeah. But with this one, it hurt because I knew how much I have done for my city throughout my entire career of doing parties, giving back, feeding the homeless, back to school events.
Yeah, that back to school.
So it just hurt because it's like, why would I ever try to harm anybody, including myself? My entire family was there. It just didn't make sense, but people would take a story and run with it. At the time, I'm strong, but some things hit and they hit hard.
Yeah, we talked about that. And like you went through a depression.
Yeah, so and it was more so how the city did me than anything, like as far as what things that were being said and things in that nature. I didn't feel safe. I didn't feel comfortable. I just felt like everybody turned their back on me. You know what I'm saying? And in that case,
when it's that time, it's time to go.
I didn't know how to feel. Then I started getting into things like believing the bad about myself, and like getting into witchcraft, wanting to get readings, like having the curious mind.
Listen, so look, you talked about that witchcraft shit.
That's right.
Okay, remember when we was talking about it and you was asking the lady that was in church that was a minister for God, and she was telling us that shit was voodoo and all that.
Yeah, it's voodoo, man. Like the voodoo and
man,
all
I got a positive fucking reading the other recently that changed my fucking whole it just did amazing shit for me. So I don't if I could like go off of.
The only thing about it is they say
now I believe in God though.
Listen, nothing wrong with getting readings, but we get ahead of our. Say when I went through depression, I got to digging deeper into God once I knew like your faith got to be stronger than your fear. So like I said, a couple months. If we need more, we'll get it taken care of. So it was like the time that I spent in Decatur, I couldn't get right. Like I didn't. It wasn't. Something wasn't shaking right with me. I wasn't myself. I wasn't eating. I wasn't drinking. The only time I would get sleep is when I went to work, and I'm supposed to be working. You know what I'm saying? So I just knew like it was time to change things. So one day I just after Sanisha died, rest in peace, Sanisha. After Sanisha died, we went over to her grandmother's house, right?
Okay.
And it was me, Jocelyn. We was there, and it was like a bunch of older women. You know.
Okay.
This lady pulled me to the side, and she said, I can't help myself. She said, God is talking to me about you. She was like,
wait a minute, wait. This was in Decatur?
This was in Decatur, man. I promise. So she just was like, God is working with you. And she was like, you beating yourself up right now. She like, you don't know what she said. I know you having sleepless nights. You blaming yourself. She just was like literally talking, but the spirit is real, you know? So she telling me like, you need to do something different. What you doing ain't it. You need to do something different. You need to look out for you. You the black sheep of your family. Like this lady is literally reading my life to me, Chassie. And she like me. She said, God is telling me your heart is good and he knows how you are. He said, but there's some people out there that don't believe it about you. And she said, if you don't make a change within yourself right now or sometime soon, she said, I can see you being dead.
Okay, so what was wrong with that? I think that was... I think that was a calling. That was a calling. Definitely a positive calling.
I took it as this is your warning sign, is what I took it as.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? I took it as this is your warning sign. So I stayed in Decatur a little more, and then after that, I just ended up leaving. So I was in Nap, and I packed all my stuff up, put it in my car. I ain't tell my mama, nobody. I got and just left.
That's the best time to do it.
I just left, and I stayed from Indy to St. Louis for a few months. And then I'm like, man, ain't no reason to wait. I was going to move to Dallas anyway.
You weren't going to stay in Indy long, no way.
It felt like home.
Yeah.
The violence was high there.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Like, it just
why
felt like
is the Midwest so mad? Why are we so cold? Violence is so up, and then you come down here and you live.
Man, even when I came down here, though, it was hard. Like, still now, I have a shell base, though, because you got to think I'm somebody that's used to being the life of the party. Marsha gonna travel, Marsha gonna live, Marsha gonna. But sometimes you just need to slow down and see what God want to do for you instead of you trying to do what you want to do and then asking God, is it okay afterwards?
Okay.
So I just felt like it was time for me to slow down. I needed to slow down and regroup my entire life and try something different.
I can see that.
Yeah, so I moved to India. I stayed there for a few months between there and St. Louis, and I was still down for a while. Yeah. And I got to take my first bite of food being okay in India, and it was like I just never stopped eating. So when people wonder like how you get that big, once I gained the appetite back, though, it was just like, man, listen.
But are you happy with where you are? As
far as where I am now, I'm good. Okay. I'm blessed. I'll say that. I'm good. I'm blessed, and all I want to do.
Because the transition is not easy, y'all.
Oh man, listen.
It's not. I'm gonna tell you, a girl coming from 3 other cities.
Yeah, I don't even
it's
visit.
up from here.
I don't even visit home just because, look, nothing against it, ain't nothing there but family. And they know I love them dearly. I do whatever, but it's just like, I visited a couple times when I was living in India and St. Louis, but it's just like, it's literally nothing there. When you reach,
you've been everywhere too. You've traveled a lot.
And you feel that cloud, especially when you spiritually locked in. You feel that cloud just go dark, boom.
Did you hear that, viewers? When she say that again.
When you hit that Decatur sign and you go on there.
No, you said something about spiritually locked in.
Spiritually locked in.
If you don't have that relationship and that connection with him, it's going to be hard for you to maneuver throughout life. She said the best thing tonight was that Say it again.
Spiritually locked in.
You got to be spiritually locked in, y'all. And that's what's going to allow you to grow, allow you to phantom and do whatever you want to do as far as reaching the top. What's your next goals? What's new? What's next for Money Marr, for Boss Clothing, down in Dallas? I'm so excited to know that you here. You don't understand how excited this is.
It's gotten so real. I'm not even Money Marr no more. Don't attach me to nothing that just drags money. I'm Mastermind Marr. We doing things from the mind. We doing things from the knowledge and up.
I love that.
I'm Mastermind Marr.
I love it.
I'm no longer the Money Marr person.
Okay.
So it's like, but it's only up from here. I'm currently in barber school.
Okay.
So like, crazy part is people, how did you get, like, I've been wanting to cut hair. I looked into it back in 2019, but I was just always so busy working, working party. So I never did, but I got some time when I got here. You know what I'm saying? Before I just started recently working, I hadn't worked in over a year. And that's another thing too. Like, by me saving my money and working for ADM and all of that, and doing the parties, that I always wondered what I saved my money for. I didn't work for an entire year, and it took care of me. So, like I said, God come when He needs to.
So basically, you saying the motherfuckers that don't save.
I mean, listen, life is hard. It ain't that easy. But when you got that overhead to save it, man. When you can. Back then, I could do all that. I was working. I was having fun.
Now.
Yeah,
it's hard to say.
Yeah, it is hard. It's a mental thing. But Dallas is. I like Dallas.
Okay.
I like Dallas.
You do?
I like Dallas.
You went to Houston recently too.
I went to Houston. I only went for a tattoo. I gotta go back. I only went for a tattoo.
You bungee jumped. How was that? I ain't fucking with no heights. What's that? I thought. What the fuck is bungee jumping?
Out. Bungee jumping is something like, I think it's something like it, but I skydived.
Skydive. What do you consider yourself as in LGBT?
Me. But as people will call it, I'm a STEM, whatever they want to call it. But see, this is the thing that I want to get straight so the world can know. I am not a stud.
Okay.
I'm not a stud. I'm not a bush. Nothing against it. I support all LGBT community. I'm not against it.
Shout out to y'all.
But people are so surprised when they see me do both. Yeah, I'm just.
They surprised?
Yeah, because like in school, I dress sweats because you gotta wear pants.
But when they look on your.
But then when they go on IG or like I've been to a barber battle,
what do they
didn't notice. This is what, as y'all as family, got confused. All my life, I have been a Tom girl. All my life. Yeah. Y'all have seen me more in work clothes and only when I pop out.
That's true.
So really,
and she love her family, big on family, comfortable.
I'm more comfortable, but I'm nowhere near being a boy or trying to be.
I'm not saying that.
I'm just setting the record straight because I get it asked too many times. I'm just me. I like to be comfortable. When I want to dress girly, I dress girly. When I want to dress kind of Tom girl. If you was my Snapchat friend, you see it all the time. So it's just like y'all around me now. So now y'all are starting to see it. But to set the record straight, I am not a stud. I'm not becoming a stud. I don't want to be a boy. Like, none of that. You're still going to get that girly version of who I am because that's me. Okay. I'm just like the switch up girl. Sometimes I just want to be comfortable in my skin. No makeup, just lashes. Been killing shit. It's nothing for me to go get dressed. I just want to be me, be comfortable.
So it's the comfortability for you,
and just being able to be. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all are so judgmental.
We are.
Y'all gotta cut that.
But put that shit on record.
Y'all gotta cut that out.
Because we terrible with being judgmental. We don't got that long.
I could judge.
We probably got about 5-10 more minutes, Marisha.
Listen, I could judge people.
We got
men that ain't shit. I don't do. It's none of my business. That's how I feel about with y'all. Just stay out of my business. Like, y'all should know by now. Anything I want to do, I'm gonna do.
I agree.
I don't ask for it.
And honestly, I don't ask no permission either. So I agree.
But no, I'm not no stud. I'm not. I get tired of people ask. It's always just family just ask me. It's never nobody else.
Really?
Because people that been around me know that I've always been a Tom girl and girly girl. I'm both, literally. But it's just y'all. Y'all, I don't like that judgmental shit. Don't judge me. I'm gonna be me.
And it's not a factor of judge for me. For me, I can't speak for everybody else. For me, it's fashion.
I love fashion.
It's always gonna be fashion for me. And when you fem down, it's always given too. Don't get it twisted. But I would love to always see them girls.
It's time consuming.
I love the heel more than anything. So I'm gonna always want that girl to come out, and that's okay. If she come out sometimes, let me live.
That part, 'cause I'm gonna do it either or.
Yes,
when you see it,
because I go back to always being my Barbie doll. So it's fashion for me, baby. It's never, because I love you inside and out for who you are.
And that part
I don't care where you are. I just want you to be happy. You know what I'm saying? That's honestly, the most important thing for me.
I'm at peace and I am happy now.
Yes.
And moving to Dallas wasn't easy, but
come on,
even driving down, I drove down here. I drove down here and didn't tell my family I moved here until afterwards, but that's just because I'm such a family person. They can be like, no, and then I stay.
Yeah.
So yeah, even coming down here, I just came and then I called my people.
I'm big on
like,
family too, but
I'm like,
it was time. But it was time.
Yeah, it was time. It was definitely time. And you gotta get to a point where you choose you over it all.
And I think that you're so ambitious that Decatur was too small for you. It was more boxed in.
It was, but me being me, you know how so many people just get big and say forget they city. I didn't want to be that girl. I had so much invested. When I mean invested, I mean like from the heart. So I just seeing people like the homeless and kids in need. It's just like, man, I want to be here. I want to put on for my city.
People.
Until my city turned their back on me, then it's like, man, it's still love for my city to the ones that love me though. But other than that, my city turned me into a monster for a while. They made me feel, man, I'm a lovable person. They made me feel like
I ain't stay there long enough.
I don't trust people. Yeah, so it's just, and I don't want to be that person. I'm full of love. I like light.
So now when you go home, you want, I ain't going to say you want, but you want to be able to go home and still love and still feel that same energy. Now, because now that you haven't been home in a while. So I think it'd be great to go back home and you'll still feel that love. Because at the end of the day, you ain't do nothing wrong.
Like I said, no, most definitely didn't. And I live with that. So it's like with my family and friends, but you know, when you go through them tough times and you see who be there for real, like, and a lot of people, the thing is too, like a lot of people don't understand when you're going through something because you so used to being that stronger person.
We got about 10 minutes.
Yeah, they just take it as, man, you'll be all right. But the whole time I was really like going through it, you know, and I needed people, but you couldn't.
Yeah, we had a little spiritual group, and I missed that group. Shout out to Lexi Carson, Jay, and Chalet. So, yeah. They invited me to this group, and y'all, I was judging it, and she said it. Our family is very judgmental, and I said, these young girls, what they gonna try to get me in here and talk about? And I'm telling you, them young girls taught me so much. Those were some amazing. Those are some of the best conversations. We were locking in probably about 3 times a night, about 3 times a week. 3 times a week, 3 or 4 times a week. We were locking in for like a couple months. And we were praying together. We were uplifting each other. And I miss you girls, and I want to get back to that. And I think a lot of, if a friend call you a friend and they not praying with you, that ain't no friend. So
I'm more into doing what's going to help now than just doing it.
They're for the money. Yeah. We ain't in it for the money no more. Money come and go. We can get money.
Come and go. Most definitely.
But
see, the thing is, be on the lookout because I do want to get back into my women group. I don't want to just do women because we got men that need to be touched too.
Woo!
So it's just like
I think they need to be touched even more. But the thing is, we as young women that are able to be relatable, we can pull them young men in a little more than we think.
Yeah, you can. Back at home, a lot of men love me. You know what I'm saying? Even if they, like all my friends were male. Most of my friends were male friends.
Okay.
My female friends are the same friends I've had for 10 plus.
Okay.
So all my new upcoming friends have been male friends. You know what I mean? And they be in the streets.
Okay.
Or I got a friend at work, but it's like they be in the streets. They like a woman that got knowledge that's up here and that really care about you from the heart. You know what I'm saying? That can tug you like, hey, chill out.
I'm gonna talk your ears off if you a man around me.
Me too. I'm gonna tell you everything you don't want to hear.
Yeah, you ain't got no choice but to talk to me. I get on their nerves, but I think we need that more.
Yeah, you
guys.
need it, man. Cause listen, our black men are leaving this earth, and when I say that, I don't just mean dying, but our black men are leaving this earth day by day, whether it's to the streets and losing their life to gun violence, or
to themselves, they're killing themselves.
It's just they're minimizing all my male friends except two, and they work, are dead.
What?
Are dead.
Yeah, right.
Are dead. For real. And it's to the street.
Just two?
Just two left. Kyle and Carlos.
Huh?
Yeah, the rest of them, Nick is gone. Devin is gone. Tim C is gone. Like, it's real out here, man. So it's like you gotta be some type of.
Yeah, when we was coming up, we ain't had to deal with that shit. We was at least fighting in the streets. We was taking ass whoopings.
It's different.
It ain't no such thing as ass whoopings no more. They straight pulling out guns. That's bad.
On women, on kids, they don't care no more. Ain't no love in these streets.
Yeah, we gotta do better, y'all. We gotta. But I thank you guys so much. My podcast has been up and down, but one thing about So This Is The Thing podcast is I'm giving you me. I'm giving you something that I love to do. I enjoy talking to people. I will call a motherfucker and talk to them all day if I got to. I love people. I enjoy, and it's my calling. So you'll see more of me. And I'm going to start doing more. I feel the need to do more. You get what I'm saying? Because people, yeah, my mouthpiece has always been.
More everything.
More everything. Shout out to Tanner. Big shouts out to Tanner.
For sure.
But definitely, I need to do more. If I need you, can I count on you to get out here with me?
You can count. Let me tell you something, cuz. You can count on me. But if you're going to call me to go to the club, you might not have.
I know, man. I couldn't get you out to the club for shit.
I just ain't really feeling it like that.
Honestly,
man.
That shit's dead.
Yeah, it's not the same no more, man. You can't just kick it party. So
yeah, it's definitely not the same. And I'm yawning by 9, 10.
Same.
Shit,
I was just gonna say, but too,
if you calling me to get dressed at 11:30, god damn, I'm in the bed at 11:39. It's in the bed.
I'm good for fun things still. I like to get out.
Let's go
day
eat.
Parties, brunch.
Day parties, brunch.
I love brunch. I moved here. Let's do an all ladies brunch first.
She did say that.
I want to slow it
Who is
down.
The ladies? We invite everybody.
We invite everybody.
Okay. Yeah. I think that'll be dope. I think it's much needed as well because we can start networking and helping each other. You know, if needed.
Let your kids be them.
I agree.
When they wrong, help them.
I agree.
But let your kids be them and support them.
I agree.
Because if your child has you to depend on, they ain't gonna look forward to nobody else. I promise you that. But when you like and not to my mom because she was there, but my mom, she can only do so much raising us and other people's kids. When you don't have that support from your parents, dad was always in jail. So it's just like when you don't have that support for your parents, you look forward to other people.
I agree.
Your kids feel left out when they go around kids that's been around their moms and they got relationships and they can tell them about their first time having periods and sex and career-based thing. Like, be there for your child no matter what they choose. Now, when they wrong, correct them. But other than that, be there for your child.
I'm going to definitely take that into consideration. I definitely want to put whatever I can in
against the world about you. Thank you, Chaz, for having me on your podcast.
Oh, we are out of time, so this is the Thing podcast with your girl Chaz.
Stay
Till
blessed.
next time.
Love.
Bye bye.